Okay, what I've done while you were gone with the magic of video is mix up the same exact batter, 1½ cups tapioca, 1½ cups garfava, with a tablespoon of xanthan gum, a tablespoon of baking powder, a ½ teaspoon of salt, and 4 teaspoons of egg replacer. With the oil, I've added a ½ cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, plus then the 2/3 cup oil, 1 cup of the dairy-free. And what I'm going to show you is how to make a really wonderful coffee roll for your guests. I'm using the same bag with the same opening. I'm going to put up just a kind of a little blob in the center of this greased muffin tin. Now we have a larger tin we can make, because you can make larger coffee rolls. Then I'm going to tap a little cinnamon and sugar over the top of these. Okay, there's the cinnamon. Here's your sugar. What this is going to do, if you made a sweet roll or a cinnamon roll with regular gluten flour, you'd be rolling out the dough, putting the cinnamon and sugar, butter, and or raisins, and rolling up the dough and then slicing it off. So with this kind of dough, you can't roll it out and make a sweet roll like that. So this is kind of a reverse process. So what we're going to do now is swirl the batter around the cinnamon sugar, so that kind of gives you the same effect as if you had rolled it around. At least that's the idea. Then we're going to take this and we're going to top it with cinnamon and sugar. And I'll show you one other way to make a coffee roll. So that's the small version. We'll take a hamburger. This is the hamburger bun pan. I'll spray it with a spray and show you how to make a large, what I call the donut store. It's like getting a coffee roll from Dunkin' Donuts, or one of those stores where they're large and they're round. So you can have that kind of effect, or at least we've made them that way. So we're going to take some more of our batter. We're going to put a little bit in the center. Put some cinnamon sugar on that. Doesn't matter if they're perfect, it's all going to bake together. And then we're going to just swirl right around that. And top it with cinnamon and sugar. And if you really want the donut store effect, then you put a clear sugar glaze on top. Okay, we'll get these in the oven and come back. And now we're going to look at our finished baked goods. Here we've got hot dog rolls, our regular dinner roll, which of course could be made with herbs and savory spices, and our clover roll, which kids just really enjoy. And you break it apart just like a regular clover roll. Now, doesn't that look nice? Then we've got our mini French loaf bread. So you can imagine that would be longer, but you've got a mini, which you could use actually for a nice sub roll. Hey, there we go. Now our Danish need just a little bit of finishing work. I've mixed up a little confectioner's sugar glaze. I'm going to snip off the tiniest corner of my little bag here. And these are our Danish. That was this batter with a little jelly topping for some. And we'll just put a nice little crosshatch of confectioner's glaze. And over the plain Danish as well. Now, the coffee rolls, you can see this looks like a donut store coffee roll. You can leave that plain because it's got sugar on the top. Or you can really make it special with a little glaze over the top. And we've got our little coffee rolls, and you can see there's a seam there, so it really does make like a nice finished product. Now all of these baked goods freeze well. If you're going to use, when we make French toast, we'll make a long loaf of French bread and slice that up for our French toast. Also we'll slice up the rolls for making stuffing. So you've got one versatile recipe. All we did for the coffee rolls, the donut store coffee rolls, was add a half a cup of sugar and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. We didn't make the pizza crust, but you get the idea. You would just spread out your batter like a pizza crust, and the same for the breadsticks. And there you have it. One recipe. You can make rolls, French bread, Danish, clover rolls, pizza crust, put the dough in your waffle iron, coffee rolls, and it's fabulous. And enjoy.